Hi everyone, welcome to week 2. For week 2 of the course, we're going to be focusing on supply and demand. And supply and demand is going to be a very important concept. And supply and demand is going to be looking at how prices are determined in our economy. You'll notice that prices are a very important focus. And to how prices are a focus is what we're going to be looking at this week. So we know that prices change. We just don't know why they change and how they change. And the variables that we focus on is what's key for our economy. So for this week, you really want to focus on what is supply, and supply is looking at the determinants, or I should say this, supply is looking at how firms are supplying based on the price of a product, and you're also looking at demand, and demand is looking at buyers. When we look at supply and demand, you notice we're focusing on the factors that will shift supply and demand curve. And there are many factors that will influence supply and demand. And supply and demand is influenced by the changes in these factors or determinants. And that's the key component that we're looking at in the role of supply and demand. So for this week, I have analysis right here for a summary of supply and demand. You're going to be reading chapters 3 and 4 in your textbook. I also have some video links and review for you as well. The discussion, your initial post is due by Tuesday. For your initial post, you want to make sure to focus on APA formatting, your in-text citations and reference to support your work. Make sure to also focus on having it posted by Tuesday as well, so all of your peers can respond. In the question that you're looking at, you're going to look at one good and focus on how flexibility influences decisions that you have to make. You'll notice that the government does not get involved in markets. When the government gets involved in markets, that'll create a lot of challenges for our economy. So we want to focus on why governments get involved and what are some of the struggles that our economy has when the government gets involved. Then due by Friday, you want to at least have a one-paragraph response for your peer responses. You need to at least have one paragraph, which can be to any of your peers or to any of the questions that I ask in the discussion board as well. Due by Saturday, you're going to have quiz number 2. You have 20 multiple choice questions. You'll have 2 attempts, and I'll take the highest of the 2 attempts. Also due by Saturday, you're going to have reflection number 2. Reflection number 2 is going to look at the challenges that we're facing with equilibrium prices. You notice that equilibrium prices are going to influence our daily lives. You want to look at one shortage and one example, one shortage, one surplus, and how that shortage and surplus has influenced decisions that you have to make, and how would you solve for that if you were a store. So what would be some solutions for you to solve for that? No, so here's some of the things that we're going to be focusing on this week. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if you need me to pre-grade any of your work, let me know as well, as I look forward to your efforts.